I'm Tasha.
And I'm Fallon.
And together, we're the hosts of No Roadmap with Tasha and Fallon.
It's a podcast where two black women have real, random talks.
We cover everything from hobbies to relationships, pop culture, and social issues.
We don't shy away from the tough conversations, but we also like to have fun and be ourselves.
So join us every other Thursday as we share our thoughts, stories, and experiences.
You never know where the conversation might take us, but we promise it'll be worth it.
No roadmap, just real random talk.
So what do you say, Tasha? Are you ready to hit record and get started?
Let's do it, Fallon. Let's give the people what they want. Hello, and welcome to another episode of No Roadmap with Tasha and Fallon. I'm Tasha.
I'm Fallon.
What are we talking about today, Fallon?
Today we are talking about social norms. Which ones do we keep? Which ones do we throw away? Mm-hmm. What are social norms within? Like, do we even have the same opinion of what's a social norm?
Yeah. Taking... Wow. Fix that in post. I don't know what happened there. Considering people are still offending folks, I'm going to say people's definitions of a social norm are different.
100%.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you know what happened to facilitate this topic. So I'm doing a wedding and they don't have favors. So they were going to give out, let people take home their cake as like their favor. Because you go to a wedding and you don't finish the cake and they just clear your table and it's like, oh, it's finished with my cake. So just bring to-go containers so people can wrap up their cake. Pretty simple.
I got to bring my own to-go container?
Well, that's where it came up. I was, as the planner, the coordinator, I was going to bring the containers.
Okay.
To let people pack it up.
Right.
But I've been to so many weddings where they just take your stuff. So I was at a wedding at a very nice place in Woodland Park. It's still West Patterson. It's fine.
West Patterson, yes.
And so you eat all the food at cocktail hour. And so you go to dinner, you're not super hungry.
Are you hungry at all? I'm never hungry when dinner comes around.
Well, I get the prime rib, and it is gigantic. It's like an inch thick, and it's super bloody and beautiful, and I'm so excited. But it's taken me a while to eat it. So I asked them...
you could take it home and continue cooking it.
No. Ugh. No, eat it bloody. It's fine. That's how I like my meat.
Okay.
I like it to look at the grill, and then end up on my plate.
Okay.
I eat steak tartare. Yes.
Is that where you just warm it?
No, you don't even warm it. You throw in a raw egg, too.
Oh, no.
And then... I just horrified her.
Things happening. Oh my God. Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, so they were like, "Are you done?" I was like, "Can I get it wrapped up?" "No, we don't do that here." "Why the hell not?" So I said, "No, I'm not done with it." And so I turn my back and they literally snatch it and throw all of my steak away. And I am horrified. Like, why would you waste that much food when obviously I was willing to take it home? So the husband, thank you. So the husband says, well, next time we'll just bring a plastic Gladlock bag and you can just throw it in there.
Throw it in your purse.
And throw it in your purse. And I'm like, is that a social norm? Is that okay? But then I realized he's that guy when we go to certain people's houses and he knows there's going to be leftover. We keep just a bag of containers in the car. So when everything's being packed up and they're going to throw the food out, my husband's like, no, we'll take it. And people are happy that it's not going to waste.
I tell people to bring, if I always have stuff here, but also bring your Tupperware.
Right. But that's not a norm I grew up with. When he first did that, I was horrified and embarrassed.
I feel like that's not a norm anyway, but...
But then I realized he's a white man and can do whatever the heck he wants.
True story.
He's like, I don't even think about this. I just go and live life.
This is what we do.
And I'm like, well, people look at me, so I gotta make sure. But then I was like, well, I'm with the white man, and it's okay.
It's okay. That's my pass.
That's my...
See that white guy right there? He's with me. Or I'm with him. I don't know. I don't know. Whichever for you.
Whatever keeps me out of trouble.
Whatever keeps me out of jail. We're together.
We're together.
We came together. This is my lawyer.
No. He would have you in jail so quick. I'm like,
sometimes, listen, I have a friend who went to a wedding, and after the wedding was over, they went to the hotel and they wanted to continue the party at the bar. And he was with white guy, and he was with another friend of ours who's a massive black dude, nicknamed Steak. Speaking of steaks.
Love a steak.
Yes, love it. Anyway, and so they went to the front desk to say, whatever, we want to keep going, blah, blah, blah. And the front desk was like, no, you can't. And the white guy, my friend, walked over and was like, hi, I am so-and-so, and I'm his lawyer. I'm represent... the law firm of Malcolm Schmidt and Arroyo. And they kept the bar open.
That's phenomenal.
Guy's never read. The closest he's come to practicing law is watching somebody practice law.
Suits.
On Suits. Thank you, Harvey Specter. Reminds me of Seth. So, I'm just saying.
Oh, sometimes it works.
If you say it with enough confidence, people buy it.
That's a true story.
I say crap all the time as if it's a fact.
Same.
I'm always wrong. But no one questions it.
I don't even know
people
if I'm wrong.
People just think I know.
And I just go with it.
I don't know if I'm right or wrong either. I just know sometimes I do it just for kicks and giggles.
Right.
I'll say something as if it's a fact and people buy it. And I'm like, you believe that?
Isn't that the most horrible thing?
It's not. It's great. It's amazing.
I say it and then I immediately was like, why would you believe me? You know me better.
Because people think we're really smart and I
we are really smart, but we also, yes, we are. We're fine. Don't make that face. Don't eyebrow me.
Am I?
Don't eyebrow me, then squeeze face me, then eyebrow me.
And this is why we need to record these.
Right, we need video.
Tapings because my face was like, girl. Are we though?
We are. We're brilliant.
So you think because you and your husband are culturally different.
Yes.
For you, bringing that Gladlock bag in to take your steak home would not have been acceptable.
Correct.
But for him, he's like, no, boo.
Yes.
This is what we gotta do.
100%.
I agree with that.
There's, what is it? Like, there's on the internet all the time, like, what's classy if you're rich or what's classy if you're white and, like, not if you're
otherwise.
Brown. Right, exactly. Right. So, like, having a bunch of kids, like, if you're brown, you can't control yourself. If you're white, you're just like, oh, you're doing God's work. You know, things like that.
I'm helping populate the earth.
Right. So when
I went forward and was fruitful.
I multiplied.
That's my purpose.
Our first date, and which the husband still doesn't realize was a date. We went to the city, and
this story cracks me up because I don't understand how he didn't know.
Right. And he took me out for sushi, like, not cheap things. And then at the end of the meal, he pulls out a coupon, like restaurant.com's voucher back in the day.
Groupon?
It was almost
back
like a
in the day?
Yes.
Okay.
But it was just for, it was restaurant. You would buy a voucher and they would take however much money off. Mm-hmm. And at first I recoiled a little. I was like, ooh, that's not a thing. But then I was like,
that's not cool.
But then I was like, but then that means we could spend more money elsewhere because then he bought me a concert shirt. And those things ain't cheap.
No, they're not. $25, $45 a pop.
Yeah, now they're like $45, $50 now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, something had to switch in me to say I would have thrown away a perfectly good man thinking that this was weird and gross. No, it was magical. And now we fly all over the world saving some money.
Look at that.
When we can.
See?
Because I'm going to pull a coupon out.
In a hot second. In a New York minute.
My couples, I was like, you guys want to sign up for this? I got a coupon. They're like, what?
I'm always down for a coupon. Yes, sir. What? You want facial abrasion? Yeah, I got a coupon for it.
Yeah. No.
Or dermabrasion?
Yeah, microdermabrasion. Yeah,
I have a coupon for it. Yeah. Botox?
I have a coupon at a Medi Spa. $100 off. You want one?
Yes.
She gave me a whole stack.
Girl, yes.
Okay, I'll bring them next time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I was at the self-checkout at ShopRite. And this woman left a string of coupons. You know, they have the little box that prints out the coupons. Nobody looks at it. It was $1.50 off, like, fresh meat. Like, you never get those coupons. I was like, honey.
No, you don't.
You know what? Now, I'm not allowed to go grocery shopping, so part of it, I guess, is my fault because I spend too much when I go. But I put all the coupons up on the fridge for people who do go shopping. They let them all expire.
See?
And I'm like, y'all, you know how much savings was in this packet?
Yeah, man.
That's a shame.
Funny story. I used to go food shopping with my husband's first wife. And she would always bust out these major coupons. So she would go, this was back when you could afford to eat food. Because I can't afford to eat food now.
What, air? Aeritarians?
I'm an Aeritarian. Thank you. Excuse me, you cannot smoke in here. Right. I'm an Aeritarian. Messing with my meal.
Could you imagine like putting ash on somebody's steak?
Yes, like I'm an Aeritarian. Thank you. You tried it. But anyway, back when we could afford to eat, ShopRite was our supermarket of choice. And she would, we always went to the same woman, the same cashier every time, so she would see us coming. She loved us. She thought our story was really odd and quirky.
Yes.
Because it is.
It is.
But anyway, she would ring up her food, and her food would come up to like $250. And by the time she was done couponing, it went down to like $95.
Love it. I've done that before.
So she taught me how to coupon.
So satisfying.
I haven't couponed in like 10 years.
Me neither. We used to get the newspaper delivered just so we could
get
the
circulars.
And I would sit in front of the TV and I would
cut your coupons.
And then he had a booklet because he
did she. She had the little file folder.
Yep, everything was filed away by aisle.
Well,
and then
but
it was like a whole shebang, and he had that thing with him all the time.
So did she.
And had an extra pair of scissors in there just in case you stumbled upon some extras.
That part right there.
He was on top of it.
Little cuticle scissors that cuts the coupons crooked because
no, we didn't use
because it's curved.
No, he had like the short handled orange ones that were really sharp, so it cut the paper very nicely.
Sure.
Yeah, we were committed to couponing.
Do you find that you and your husband have other social norms that you think is like weird, and he's like, no, this is what we do? Or his family,
I think is weird. Mm-hmm. Like no sweet potato pie at anything.
Ever? I just made my first sweet potato pie.
Your first one?
It's amazing.
Right?
It was so good.
Now, did you pulverize your sweet potatoes or you just mash them? Because I always put mine in a food processor to make sure the strings are like...
I did not think to put it in a food processor, and I do have one, but that's a really good idea. No, I took a hand mixer.
Okay.
And mixed it up a little bit. I like it a little lumpy.
It's the strings for me.
I don't like the strings either.
Yeah, so...
But so how do you... We'll double back to that. Moving on. Go ahead. No sweet potato pie anywhere ever.
No, they don't like...
Is that a black thing?
I think it is. I really think it is.
Is it? Yeah. You've never had a sweet potato? Oh, now I have to make a pie for you.
Now I have to make a sweet potato pie.
And then you know what else I did? So I took the leftover sweet potato filling.
Why. Feeling kind of freaky, and that's no lie.
Sorry. Do it. Is that LFO?
Is that? No, sweet potato pie. Remember that song?
No.
Yeah. Let me get a taste of that sweet potato pie.
Never heard it.
Oh my gosh. 1990 what? I gotta look it up.
1990.
Sorry, continue. I got sidetracked.
And then I took some of the leftover filling, and I had a puff pastry sheet.
Ooh.
Better than the pie.
So
that's what my mother said. My mother said that the sweet potato puff pastry was better than the pie. And it was really good. And I haven't had a really good sweet potato pie since my auntie's.
Oh. We were at the airport, and... No, not in Trenton.
In Trenton.
No, we were at
flying out sideways.
The Delta Sky Club, I think it was. Don't ask me which place it was, but they had we were coming back from somewhere, so maybe Nashville, and they had holiday fall themed things, and they had these little sweet potato, or was it pumpkin? They're white. It was pumpkin. So
I love how you just assumed based on the fact.
But it was so funny because it was orange, and I was like, oh. And it was so unflavored. And the woman behind the counter, who was also white, she was like, I keep telling them. It's like, maybe if enough brown people tell them, they'll fix it. They'll fix it.
They'll get it together. Throw some brown sugar up in there, some vanilla flavoring, maybe some nutmeg.
That's literally all it needed. Just some brown sugar would have fixed so much. They would just throw it in there.
Just little.
And I was like, guys, this isn't even worth the glass it's in.
Girl. Do you know what I find to be weird? And I don't know if this is a social, cultural thing or whatever. A couple of times when I have flown, because I fly on occasion, and somebody puts their bare feet on my armrest.
No.
Girl. And it's never a brown person, so I'm not trying to jump to conclusions.
It's never a brown person.
And I'm like, get your feet off. First of all, so why are your shoes off?
Nope. See, I'm a shoes off person.
Why are your socks off?
That's it.
If you're gonna take your shoes off,
you wear nice shoes that you.
Please don't take your shoes off.
No, I take my shoes off, and I wear shoes that I can slip my feet into.
I can't do that.
And then people who go to the bathroom with no shoes on, have you seen them?
Yes.
They're trying to die.
They are.
They're like, Lord, take me now.
It's gross. Take me now, Jesus. Like Jada Pinkett in Kingdom Come. Yes. Take me now.
But again, why?
Is that a thing? It is not a thing where I come from. Please don't put your bare feet
anywhere near someone.
Near me.
Right.
I don't like feet.
I'm okay with feet.
I don't like feet.
Yeah.
I don't like bare feet.
I don't mind bare feet.
If I don't have an aversion to it.
Right.
But if I don't know you, please don't.
If I don't know you.
Near me.
Right.
Excuse me.
No, that's totally understandable.
Look, see,
she gave herself the chills. After the steak tartare, now we went to feet, and now we just ruined her life.
God, between the raw meat and the raw feet, I can't. Stop, Alan. It's like, why, God? Why? I'm with you, Jada. Why? God, why? Speaking of social norms, funerals.
Oh, Lord.
Have you ever been... No, you're a white guy, so you can answer this question. Have you ever been to a funeral where somebody has thrown themselves onto the casket?
No.
Have you ever been to a burial where someone has tried to jump into
No.
Okay.
I have not.
I have been to both.
Oh, Lord.
And it's always a brown person.
Always.
Have you seen that Mad TV sketch? With Deborah, I love Deborah Wilson. She is a comedic treasure. Y'all don't talk enough about her.
No, not at all.
Give her flowers because her Whitney
100%.
Houston.
Fantastic.
And I love Whitney.
But that was...
But girl, come on now. There's a sketch where it's a black funeral.
Yes.
Her husband has died. And she is all the tropes of a black funeral. Right? And she's, why God take me instead, Lord Jesus, why? And then Jesus shows up.
Stop it. And he's like, all right.
And Jesus shows up. And he's like, I'm here for you, child. And she's like, wait, what? And she was like, you literally just asked me to take you instead. I'm here to take you instead. Girl, it is the funniest thing because when you see someone do that, what is happening?
What are you doing and why?
Why are you doing that?
That's so awesome.
But you've never witnessed that?
No.
Ever?
No.
And we know you haven't.
No.
Are your funerals always very quiet and somber?
Very much so.
Yeah.
I can't help.
Just like my movies.
No, stop it. The funeral. See, the problem is I'm the queen of cracking jokes. So every fun time I go to a funeral, someone's laughing.
So wait, you have to read this. Did you read this?
I did not.
Alan just sent this in the group text. Sylvester Ricardo Moss says, "Do you want to boost your funeral? Hire me, the professional mourner, to come and cry at the funeral. Below are the summer special end quote prices. 1, normal crying, $50. Bohemian hollering, $100. Crying and rolling on the ground, $150. Crying and threatening to jump into the grave, $200. Crying and actually jumping into the grave, $1,000.
I paid this guy.
I would pay just to listen. Hire him to come. Should I precede you in death? Hire him to come to my funeral, please.
I also want the people coming in like all black.
But also, I'm not going to be buried, so there's that.
You know, I'm not going to be buried either.
Cremate me.
Yes.
Thank you.
But when
take me everywhere you go.
I'm gonna throw myself into your urn.
You can't say these things because you're not on mic, dude.
It's
Because no one's appreciating.
Like I Dream of Jeannie. Where's Alan? He was missing Tasha. He went to her.
I want my ashes to be turned into jewelry.
Yes, I want that too.
Because I think that's so cool.
The girl and I were just talking about that because, my uncle passed away over the summer. So I had him cremated. And it's really, I don't know what it is. It really is helping me cope. So we had him cremated and he's sitting in my living room. So every day I talk to him.
That's fantastic.
And I said to the girl, should I pray I precede you in death?
Yes.
So when I do, cremate me. She goes, and what do you want me to do, mommy? Do you want me to make a tree out of you?
I would thought about a tree.
And I was like, you can do that. She was like, do you want me to make a necklace? And I said, I want you to do whatever you feel you need to do. Just take me everywhere you go.
Necklace.
And also when daddy remarries, make sure I'm at the wedding. She was like, you should make sure I'm at the wedding first. And I was like, you'll be there. He's not going to marry someone who's gross. So, but yes, I want to be cremated.
So in The Sims, because I play it all the time, and when someone dies, now they get put in urns. Like there's no burial. They're just, and if you don't talk to the urn regularly, they pass on because no one spends time with them to remember them. Yes. And I thought that's really cool.
Yeah.
So it forces you, because sometimes they haunt you. It's like if you talk to them too much, they'll be like, oh, you really wanted me here. No. And then they'll just ghost around.
So you have to find the happy.
There's a happy medium.
Yeah. No, my cousin and I were talking about this because, when her mom passed away years ago, initially she was always going to the cemetery. I would go every now and then, but she was always at the cemetery. And over the last couple of years, it's kind of
petered off.
It kind of waned off. And I said, yeah, I think having him cremated has really helped me cope, especially because I wasn't here when he passed.
Right.
So I don't know. Social norms. My mom is a professional funeral goer. She goes to everybody's funerals. Whether she met you once or whether she was in your life every day. She's like, so-and-so died. I'm like, who's that? She's like, the boy we met when we were at Smash Burger and he said he was a real estate agent.
Stop it. Like, how did you find out he died?
Facebook.
Stop it. Stay off Facebook,
The
Mom.
Facebook said.
Stop being on Facebook and answer your text.
That part. Well, you didn't got to answer your text. Just read them. Please. Thank you. Do me that favor. Good Lord.
Mom. So,
Got it.
personal space. And cultural differences. Now, you can't go by me because I like it. It depends on the situation. I generally don't mind being close to people on a line, but if there's space behind you, don't be up my butt. That's reasonable. If we're at a concert, I get it. There's a lot of people, but don't hump me.
Right.
But then
Ain't nobody humping around.
But then I go to foreign countries and I feel like there's the concept of having a personal box around
My bubble.
does not exist.
You're in my bubble.
Does not, like, they're on top. And I'm like, well, this is how it is. And as long as you don't stink too bad, I'm just going to deal with it.
You don't stink too bad.
I think that's reasonable.
Oh my God. Sure. Get out my bubble. I don't like people in my bubble.
It's Japan. Yes.
Yeah, they're like, there's no personal space because there's so many people in like small areas. So in Japan, you're like literally on top of everyone all the time. And it was okay because they don't. But you know what? One cultural thing that to not talk to people while I'm just standing around. I love to talk to strangers, especially when I'm traveling. So to keep my mouth shut.
What do you do?
It was painful at some point. I'm like, how do I not talk to these people who look so cute and like want to like?
They look so cute. I want to engage.
Like this little girl's with her little cat ears, and I want to know where she got them from, and but they're like, no, that's not a thing. So I'm like, keep your mouth shut.
You're weird.
Because then, oh my gosh, and then off the train, you go on the subway and you don't say anything. If you're on your phone, you don't hear anything.
Right.
Like it is. Be in your space.
Really,
on your phones, you really shouldn't even be on your phones. Like, you're just supposed to sit there.
And just be
contemplative?
contemplative?
Yes. Oh, so because some of the subway lines, they all sing differently, which is super cool. And there was
They sing?
Yeah, so, like, the notice were, like, to get off the trains or to, like, this is your stop. It would have a tone. And one was very pretty. I'm like, we should have ridden this one often. But anyway, there were these loud brown people. Don't ask me where they were from. I don't know if they were American. But I literally made it a point to walk in the opposite direction. So they knew I wasn't with those brown people who were not adhering to the social norms of this country. Who, like, it's very... rigid is not the right word. But very systematic. Like, these are the things you do to keep everything in a good space.
Right.
If you don't do that, you're ruffling the world. You're like changing things for people, which is unnecessary. So I tried my darndest to not be in the way, to like make myself smaller, but not in a way that I was embarrassed or anything, but just to fit in to what was happening.
Yeah.
But some people were not, and like these, I think these tourists were Austrian or German, and I mean loud blasting their phones on the subway, and I was horrified.
Speaking of, have you ever been out in public and people are talking on their phone, on their speaker phone?
Why?
Why is that is that socially acceptable now?
No.
I have to holler at my mom all the time. I yell at her all the time. I'm like, Mommy, you're on your speakerphone, and we're in the middle of Walmart. And these people around you, they don't want to hear your conversation.
It is funnier to hear it from one side because then we can pretend.
Because I can pretend what the other person's saying.
And then that makes it more interesting.
But to listen to you and my aunt go back and forth, and first of all, neither one of y'all can hear.
Why don't they get hearing aids?
So it's constantly what?
I don't understand.
Huh?
Is it that embarrassing still to get a hearing aid?
What'd you say? Because I feel like constantly saying, huh? Is a little more embarrassing than having a hearing aid.
Right. When it's time for me to get a hearing aid, mine is gonna be like super awesome pink. It's gonna have rhinestones
glittery
on it. Right. It's gonna be a thing.
It's gonna be fashionable.
Right. It's gonna have a little dangly part to like complement my earrings.
Right. Can we talk about that?
Just make it an accessory. Look good.
Girl. Make it work for you.
Right. Because
and also for me. I don't want to hear your conversation, which is really what's most important.
But sometimes I was at Costco with the husband, and we had to get toilet paper, and they only had like the puffy Charmin, which I can't stand because it's too soft. And so
it's too soft?
Yeah. So I said to him, because I like Scott.
Can toilet paper be too soft?
Yes.
Okay.
So I said to him.
She said yes again.
Out loud. I like mine to feel like sandpaper. And this woman was walking. She goes, ha! I made her day. She was like,
yeah, you did. And she's like, also, that's not a thing.
I like Scott.
So you like 1-ply Scots?
No, 2-ply Scott.
Oh, 2-ply Scots.
Yeah. I don't like
Scott's tissue, which is what we used growing up. Yeah. We thought that was the ish. Literally. When I moved out on my own and discovered quilted northern.
No. Not for me.
Have not gone back.
I'm like literally trying to like
Scott. We broke up.
Doing like
it was messy.
My secret stash is Scott. Yeah.
When the pandemic happened and everyone was going berserk buying all the toilet paper, and we I don't know if we hadn't run out, but the girl couldn't find where it was, and it just so happened my girlfriend was coming over and she goes, I'll bring you a roll.
And she brought you some
Scott. And she brought me some Scots.
And you were having...
Like, I know I have toilet paper here somewhere. I am not using that.
Throw that in the trash.
Trash that. We broke up, and there was a reason why.
No, but now the child only wants the toilet paper with the bears on it.
Thank you. Quilted Northern.
I can't. I cannot.
I do. I love the bears.
Yeah, well.
Or touching my hair. When did that become a social norm?
It never did, and I've hit people.
Touching my belly when I'm pregnant?
Thank you. If I offer it, I loved being touched when I was pregnant. I didn't hate it.
I wasn't crazy when strangers came up to me though.
No, because I had this look on my face, and people were like, and I could see the need, and I was like, may I? And I'm like, you know what? You asked so nicely. Yes, please. Come and let me be the Mother Earth goddess that I am, and let me bless you with this child. And
yes.
they were like, thank you. Like,
no,
you're welcome.
I did not care for that.
I like that, but don't touch my hair unless I offer.
Yes, don't touch my hair. I told you about the girl I went to high school with.
Yes.
Daisy Kong. Her hair was bone straight. And it was mid-back. It was beautiful. And she would only allow me to touch her hair because I was the one that would braid it. But other than that, it was don't touch my hair.
Right.
And people would just randomly walk up to her and I'm like, why are you doing
that?
The
child just did that. She's like,
don't do that. Yes.
She said, Mommy, someone wanted to touch my hair. They tried to touch my hair. I said, no, please, don't touch my hair. I was like, good, baby.
Good for you.
Stand up for yourself.
The girl used to go through that because she has these really pretty coily curls. And people be like, oh my gosh. And she'd be like, Mommy. And I'm like, From a distance.
There was a lady at church. For years, I told her, don't touch my hair. Don't touch my hair. Please don't touch my hair. Stop touching my hair. And one day I hit her. I popped her.
What'd I say?
Yeah. And now she runs interference for me.
Now she's like, don't do that. She doesn't like that. Don't touch her hair. Don't touch her hair. A lot of people, when I had the locks in last month, will always come. I'm like, it's not mine. Do you want it? You can have it.
Stop it.
I will give it to you. Don't
I
just randomly
I was at a place and a woman was like, she's like, oh my gosh, because I just twisted it and I'm like, she's like, it looks so soft. I was like, I got a new conditioner. It is. You want to touch it? She's like, may I?
But that's different, right? Like that's different.
That's different.
When you offer,
right?
But to just walk up and touch someone's hair or a pregnant woman's belly, or.
But also, I like random hugs. I'm a big hugger. I'm
a big hugger. I don't know how I feel about a random hug.
No, like when people are giving free hugs.
Oh, a free hug?
I'm going to take one.
Yeah, but I just like the message behind a free hug.
I just like hugs. I feel like Olaf. I like warm hugs.
Oh, melting in the sun.
No, I don't like that part.
With the warm hug. Goodness gracious. Yeah, when you come to my house, bring Tupperware.
Bring Tupperware.
Always.
Now, okay.
I don't like
this comedy sketch that The Blackening is based on. Have you
seen
it?
I have not seen The Blackening, but I know it's based on...
It's like a sketch where the people are being followed and they're like, whoever's the most black dies first. I'm that person.
Whoever is the least black dies first, right?
No.
Oh, the most black. You're right, the most black. Because the one guy was like, not me, I voted for Trump.
Right.
Right, okay. I don't have hot sauce in my bag. Swag.
I do.
No, I do too, but this is what the guy was saying in the sketch.
Right.
Yeah.
I do. And I actually found extra hot sauce in the girls.
Is that normal? Do you bring your own condom? It depends on where I'm going.
It depends on where I'm going.
Sometimes I will bring my own salt and pepper.
I'm so tired.
Little packets. Yeah. Like the little packets you get from McDonald's?
Yeah. I'm so tired of going to places and ordering something spicy and it's not.
And it's not spicy.
And it's so frustrating. And so...
So you have red pepper flakes in your bag?
No, hot sauce. I got little bottles of hot sauce. Because sometimes when you go get oysters, more raw food. So, as we've learned today, Fallon eats all the raw food. Tasha's like, if you don't cook something right now.
If I can't burn my tongue when I eat it, I don't want it. I need to be doing that.
Which is fine. That's certain things. But certain things should be cold.
Nothing should be raw.
Caviar.
Unless it's
I
a
love
vegetable.
I love sushi.
Or fruit. Raw meat.
I love raw meat.
Can't do raw meat.
I love it.
Even my sushi is cooked shrimp.
Nope. I love everything the raw. Yeah.
And that's not sushi, right?
No.
That's just like a shrimp tempura roll. We don't call it. We don't with rice, with a side of rice and seaweed.
No, but like if it's like the butterfly shrimp on a piece of it is sushi technically, but it's
It's not like eel or
eel's cooked too.
Oh, is it? See,
yes.
I don't know.
Unagi.
Because I don't eat raw.
I love eel.
Unagi. Unagi.
So
like
good.
from Friends.
Stop
unagi.
it.
We're practicing unagi.
I can't with you.
7 rules.
So when I take Tasha out, things I don't order: steak tartare.
No, you don't.
Ahi tuna. Oysters. Wait, have you ever been to Yard House and they have the poke nachos with the ahi tuna on it? And so
they had a what in what on it?
It's just raw tuna at Yard House. You know?
Yard House?
Yeah, they have great beers.
Do they have Yardbird there too? No, I love a good Yardbird.
I love you.
No, that's what my cousin calls chicken. He's like, fried that Yardbird. I'm hungry.
Stop it. Leave that poor bird alone.
It's a southern thing.
That poor bird.
It's dead.
I don't know. I don't know what's on the regular menu.
In my fridge.
I don't, because I only ordered really off the happy hour because their happy hour is awesome. But they have, I don't like regular nachos, like to order in the platter. Like,
where is this place?
There's one in Wayne.
Okay.
And it's a chain.
And what is it called?
Yard House.
Never been there.
They have all these beers, and then you can buy like some beers and get by the yard, which is hysterical.
By the yard, like 36 ounces of a beer?
Yeah, the big glass.
That's a lot of beer.
It's a lot of beer. So they have, I don't like regular nachos. Like, I like my tortilla chips, I like my chili, I like all those things separately, but together it's just extra. But they do fried wonton wrappers, and they put jalapenos, and this like soy sauce stuff, but it's ahi tuna, which is uncooked. And it's delicious.
You had me into the ahi tuna.
I know. It's fantastic.
Can I get something else on it?
No.
Okay, then no. I'm not eating that. Can I just
But
get
can I
just
order
the
it?
wonton?
Can I order it at the table?
You can. I'm not going to eat it.
Good, because I like to eat
More
it by
for
myself.
That's more for me.
Normally I have to share, but if you're not going to eat it, that's perfect for me.
I cannot do raw meat.
I love it.
No.
I don't even know how I started. I think it was the first time I had sushi, I got food poisoning, so technically
because it was raw meat.
It was raw fish in New Hampshire, so it was like, what was I doing? Right.
Okay.
But I didn't die, and so
Clearly.
I'm like, let me try this again. Actually, a friend of mine was like, you should try this again.
Get back up on the horse.
Right. And so I did, and it was like the best thing ever. So, yeah.
No, I can't do it. Cook my meat. Thank you. I don't like my steak to be like a hockey puck.
So how do you take your steak?
Every time someone asks when I'm in a restaurant, I know this is not a thing, but I say mostly well. And they're like, medium well or well done. I'm like, mostly well. Like just a little bit past medium, but not quite well done. And they're like,
that's medium well.
No.
That's literally medium well.
No. I need
do you want it pink?
Do you want it pink? More than medium. Do I want it pink?
Yes.
I want it like barely pink.
Okay.
Literally barely. Like you have to look at it and be like, is that pink? Like you have to pick it up and look at it and be like, oh yeah, there's a little bit of pink right there.
But
like,
warm on the inside.
But warm, yes.
That's medium well. And a good steakhouse will cook that perfectly for you.
Okay. But I don't eat steak, so it doesn't matter.
I can't with you. Just throw the whole conversation away. Burn the whole episode.
I have to really want steak to eat steak.
You're so funny.
And I usually don't. So.
I love a steak.
Although when I go to Ricardo's in the city, I will bring home a skirt steak from my husband, and I'll steal a piece or two. The way they make it is amazing.
Yeah. Skirt steak could be hit or miss.
It is a hit or miss.
I'm a ribeye. Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've ever had a ribeye steak.
Yeah.
A cowboy ribeye is that.
So it's like
ribeye?
impossible to cook over medium because it's so much meat. that you'll kill the outside before the inside gets even warm.
Yeah, see?
So then everything is raw and it's
then
perfect.
I'm not a ribeye girl. No, ma'am.
So when we're out eating and I'm eating the raw stuff and you're like, I need to think about something else because this is grossing me out. What movies or shows
am I thinking about?
Yeah.
I just saw Rustin.
What the heck is that?
Rustin. It's about Banner Rustin, the civil rights activist who worked with the organizers for the March on Washington.
Okay.
Starring Coleman Domingo.
I love him. Domingo Coleman. He might be the new Kang in the MCU.
No, really?
Yeah, and that would be
him. I know he says he's ready.
Yeah, I'm ready for him.
He's ready for the MCU, so I just watched that with him and Chris Rock and
what's that on?
It's on Netflix.
Okay, I gotta get on that.
And Jeffrey Wright.
I love Jeffrey Wright.
I'm going this weekend to see American Fiction.
That looks hysterical.
It looks amazing. That cast, you cannot lose with that cast.
Right.
So that's what I'm watching. Well, that's what I've been watching. What have you been?
I just started with Echo, MCU stuff because everything Marvel,
of course,
it's really problematic. But now Marvel has made the statement that the old shows that they had on Netflix, like was it Daredevil, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist, are now, and Jessica Jones, which I had to stop watching.
They're all now on.
They're all
Disney.
now canon. So now they matter to the universe, and so they're going to be tied in more, which is going to be fantastic.
Why'd you have to stop watching Jessica Jones?
David Tennant, whom I love,
yes,
absolutely fantastic. But I was used to him as my doctor, because Doctor Who.
Right.
He played one of the creepiest villains I've ever seen in my entire life, and it bothered my soul so much that I had to stop watching.
Really?
Because he would take over people's minds and make them do things, but there was enough of them in there knowing that they were doing these horrible things.
Right. Oh, see, now he's an actor I would follow.
Remember
in the previous episode I said I follow actors, so anything they do,
you know what? I didn't
I'll
even think anything he touches.
He is someone I would follow.
He is fantastic. I actually just watched a show. It was like Who Do You Think You Are? Because they did his DNA, and it was him.
Oh, with Dr.
No, not Dr. Gates. This is
the different one.
It's the UK version.
Oh, okay.
And so he's in Scotland and he's learning about his Scottish roots. And they go to this church where his family was, and they were renovating the church, and they find some skeletons because people were buried under the altar. You know what that fool does? Just grabs somebody's skull, and it was like, oh look, I was like, David, put that down.
He's amazing.
Right?
See, he's amazing.
He's amazing. Have you seen Good Omens?
Yes.
Oh, so
with him and Michael Sheen.
Yes.
That's his name, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that sounds right. If we're not, we'll fix it in post.
Kate Beckinsale's baby daddy.
Really?
Yeah.
Did I know that?
Weren't they married?
Oh my gosh, we gotta fact check that.
Fact check that. I feel like Kate Beckinsale and they were in a relationship.
I
and
love
they have a
Kate
kid
Beckinsale.
Together.
Literally, it's Underworld that did it for me.
Yes, because they did Underworld.
Yes. Didn't they do Underworld together?
Yeah,
that sounds right. We're gonna go with it.
There was some drama with that too, right? Because then she ended up. Look at me, I'm about to start a rumor.
Don't start rumors. We're not that podcast yet.
We're not yet. It's coming.
But I think that David Tennant is fantastic, and he just came back in the latest Doctor Who special.
Yeah.
Oh my heart!
So I haven't jumped on the Doctor Who train.
You should.
I know, but
It's a big train.
I know, it's massive.
When you're ready to start and be horrified. The first episode that I watched was the 10th Doctor with Eccleston. And the first episode, no one warned me, and I had nightmares. So.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I don't want nightmares.
It's just what weirds you out. Like, certain body horror things. It was like, they're mannequins that came to life, but they were, like, faceless and weird. That, for some reason, really bothered me.
No, ma'am.
And then the Cybermen, always makes me... With Bill, that always makes me cry. And then River Song and Amy. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I can go down that rabbit hole. But it's fine. You should try watching some of them. If you like David Tennant, that's something.
I do like David Tennant,
yeah.
though. I do. Yes, Michael Sheen and Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah, see? I didn't know that. And knowing is half the battle.
And knowing is half the battle. And now you know. The more you know.
I love it.
Yay. All right, so thank you all so much for joining us on this episode of No Roadmap with Tasha and Fallon. Please follow us on Instagram at No Roadmap Pod and on Threads.
Yes, and we're on, it should be on most of the platforms.
And we're on most of the streaming platforms, Spotify.
Right. And if you have any opinions on any social norms that are yay or nay, let us know. Because we don't know what we're doing.
We're just talking. This is what we do. But until next time. Don't be a jerk. Thank you for listening to No Roadmap with Tasha and Fallon. Follow us on IG at No Roadmap Pod. Send us your questions, ideas, and reactions. Tell us all the things because we're going to tell you all the things. Until next time, bye.